drop that beat. You know, we keep our circle tight. Keeps the bullshit light. Been through a lot of bullshit with a lot of niggas around this motherfucker, man. No love lost. Psych. Ain't going through this shit again. I ain't got no friends. Them niggas stabbed me in my back. I shoulda never let them in. No, ain't no getting that cool.
What's going on? Like, share, comment, all that.
Head in the parking lot, in a foreign drop. Can't pass the drug test, can't pass the thought. I'ma bust the shoe and she gon' bust the chops. She want more than this 40, but that's all I got. Riding in this motherfucking rental. She got ass in the jiggle. I'ma slap it, watch it wiggle. Turn me on, how she giggle. Ride around with the Glock, cruising through the block. Think I just pass it out. Ain't no outs up on this block. And that was just a warning shot. Right with the birds, chicken little. Get your head in the riddle. Turn the music down a little. I think it's fucking with my riddle. Right with the birds, chicken little.
I'm like, what the
Get your
fuck?
head in the riddle. Turn the music
I was on
down
the live, I ain't know what you had in your hair. What the fuck is that?
Ride with them birds, skating up the bird. 6-car lineup, wait till it's served. Baby, what you need? I got pills, I got perk. Or do you want some lean? I got deals on the serve. Ride with them birds, ducking feds. White bitch, give me head. Catch a op, now he dead. Don't get it twisted like some dreads. Ride with them birds in the stolo. Catching plays like I'm Ocho. Gotta watch out for the popo. Cause I heard they taking photos.
birds, chicken little. Get your head in the riddle. Turn the music down a little. I think it's fucking with my riddle.
Hi, everybody.
Yo.
Get your head in the riddle.
Like, share.
Down a little.
Yeah.
Think it's fucking with my riddle.
That was that Chicken Little. That's that Chicken Little. We about to
DJ
jump
up, AD, Lil Eric the Demon.
Lil Eric the Demon. Let's go.
You say the song names, I'm gonna say the artist.
All right, well, we can go with that. That's cool with me.
Teamwork.
That's cool with me. Then we're gonna jump right into another good song that I really rock with, and that's gonna be that Ugly by Flam. You already know what's up. He got the R&B edition of Flamborghini and Friends coming up, so make sure y'all stay tuned. We're gonna keep y'all hip on that. Let's go. This that Ugly.
Look at they face, I'm killing these niggas. Look at they face, I'm killing these niggas. Boy, you ugly than a motherfucker. Look at yourself. Solo, dolo, did it myself. Look at they face, look at they face, look at they face. Shitted on them, I wasn't even in the bathroom. Came back hard, I bet these niggas in a bad mood. We make bad move. Remember I showed them how to rap, I run a classroom. If it's on the floor, then let me know, bro, grab the vacuum. Hey, now we lit, when you pop my shit, I think I'm past due. Turn me up the floor, so next I'm going
wish I could.
Keep me like that, it's a wreck for you, that's bad news. In the dark, I'm shining bright, they call me half moon. You smoking, got me choking. I keep it like I grow it. Low in the shooter rolling. I drive it like I stole it. I do organic numbers, they copping fake promotion. I'm not the refrigerator with it, that mean I'm the coldest. I swear I never folded, knew I would make a moment. Now niggas trying to double back, ain't no U-turns, I told them. I broke my wrist to make a hit, that's probably why it's frozen. They say it's lonely at the top, I find it kinda cozy. Them bitches send me naked pictures before they get to know me. Probably cause they think I got it, they just want some money. Hey, remember you kicked me, I was down, you found that kinda funny. Now they switch up your energy, nigga, keep that same emotion.
I seen myself on the screen, so I'm like,
Look at they face, look at they face, I'm killing these niggas. Look at they face. Look at they face. Look at they face. I'm killing these niggas. Boy, you ugly than a motherfucker. Look at yourself. Dolo, did it myself. Look at they face. Look at they face. Look at they face. I'm killing these niggas.
Hey,
That
man.
was hard. I fuck with that.
You know what? Ain't nothing like a song, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like a song that, I don't think it's nothing like a song that tells the truth. And I believe we killing these niggas, you know?
Yeah. Shout out to Flam for that one.
Yeah, that was Flam. Make sure y'all stay tuned to that, man. We still waiting on Sunshine to get in the building. She had to make a quick run from us because we had to make some alterations. So we ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, you know how that shit go.
You see the attendant in the goddamn, in the house.
There go Flam right there. What's happening, Flam?
Flam, my brother. Hey, what's on the outline for the day? You know, Denzel gonna take care of the music. You know, Sunshine gonna come in here and give y'all the gossip. She got some good topics for y'all this week, man. The shit that she showed us, I think y'all gonna enjoy that. And then my segment will be called The Black Experience. So be prepared, cause I'm talking Deandre Arnold in the updates on what happened with his situation. We also got another student that was suspended from, I think, Northmont High School out here in Dayton, Ohio, for fucking smelling like weed. His mom go get him a test.
When he expelled?
He was expelled. Yeah, he was expelled for smelling like weed, not proven to have any drugs. But we're going to get into more of that when that come around. And we also going to talk about Lonnie Jackson. You don't know Lonnie Jackson? Johnson, I'm sorry. I don't know. You know what I'm thinking about Jackson? Because they was just talking about the Super Bowl. The best Super Bowl performance. My bad, you guys. That's Lonnie Johnson. The man just made $72.9 million.
They owe that man, though.
Yeah. I would say he made it.
That's justice. That's black justice for black
Black justice.
Welcome to Black History Month, people.
Black. Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't make no announcement. You feel me? Welcome to Black History Month, and I just want to highlight some Black history. You feel me? The Clubhouse Live was founded in goddamn Dayton, Ohio. Blah blah blah. Skippy. You know the rest. You feel me?
September 1st, 2019.
Yeah, we making Black history every day. You feel me? All day, every Sunday, 3 to 5.
Yeah.
You know we live. You feel me? But yeah, shout out to Black history making and in the making.
And shout out to the women making herstory. So
Yeah,
I guess I keep seeing y'all put up this. And what is this girl dad trend? I mean, my daughter.
That was that's you. That's you. That was Kobe. You know, Kobe had 4 girls. You feel me? He said one time in an interview that he was a girl dad. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
So he really, you know, that's what he knew. That's what he loved. He loved that. That was he was able to you feel me?
I remember he said
embrace that side. You feel me?
I remember. Okay, yeah, because I did remember something about they were trying to say somebody wanted him to have a boy to carry his legacy, and he told him like, nah, you know what I'm saying, my daughter gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So I see where that makes sense. But you know, shout out to all the fathers out there, man. I love having girls. As they get older, it's funny, you know what I'm saying, because I see myself trying to like block them from going through the shit I put people's daughters through. So it's funny, you know what I'm saying. But
boys, I got all boys.
Yeah, my daughters also helped me get a newfound respect for women, you know what I'm saying, in a different way. So that's why I appreciate them for real too, because like a lot of people, like me and my dude just got into an argument, because like when people make statements about women, especially like brown skinned women, they say certain shit, I try to correct them on that, because I'm like, damn man, my daughter gonna run into some fucking asshole like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I do be fan of myself, like, bro, damn, bro, you gotta relax. But I be on niggas' ass about that shit, but it's all in all love and everything. So shout out to all the girl dads out there. Shout out to fucking Kobe Bryant for being such a innovative and motivative person and shit. Even after, you know, a timely death, people able to, you know what I'm saying, state what they learned from the fucking Mamba. I like that tattoo LeBron got too.
Yeah, that was hard. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
What
What's going on? What's going on? We need to liven this thing back up.
Speaking of icons honoring icons. Shout out to 50 Cent.
Oh damn, he did get a star on Hollywood. All the shit that everybody talk about 50 Cent, that nigga got a fucking star.
On the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you feel me?
Yeah,
and I think Eminem inducted him. You feel me?
Yeah. With his he got a Hollywood Walk of Fame, right? With his bankrupt ass.
Mm.
Everybody always want to talk about somebody big bankrupt shit.
Man.
Motherfucker learn how to play the game.
Look, see, motherfuckers don't know nothing about money. They think that bankrupt means broke.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't it. Get you some money. Get you enough money to afford to go bankrupt.
Yeah. Yeah, woo. Say that. Motherfuckers was born bankrupt.
Yeah.
That's true. You in the negative when you born, motherfucker. What up, Derek? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I think we got an eventful show to y'all, you know what I mean? Eventful show today for y'all for the next hour.
It was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on this weekend in Miami. And it's still going on in Miami right now.
It's going down in Miami.
I think everybody is in Miami.
Man.
Everybody in Miami. Miami it's too heavy right now. There's too many feet over there.
Yeah.
Shit moving. And they out there making money. Niggas making money. Yeah. I seen that like people was out there getting paid $100K just to walk in the building.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's
and they want to be there. You feel me? So
yeah. It ain't even you getting paid to be somewhere you probably would have went anyway.
For free.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
what else?
Did you wanna man, I really didn't even wanna get on this. I hate these kind of stories, man. We was just talking about him in a positive light, and now Javante Tank Davis, man.
I don't know. You think Sunshine might touch on that?
What's she
We don't know yet. I mean, we don't want to step on her toes.
I don't step on her toes.
Well, yeah, we definitely. If she don't, we
man.
bringing it up because he definitely gets. I mean, we can just give him the dumbass of the day. We can start off with that.
Ass.
You the dumbass of the day.
We're gonna highlight you that in that way.
We're gonna make sure we touch on you on that.
Further detail down the line.
Yeah.
But last week we was touching on Diddy at the Clive Davis event. You feel me? Getting a lifetime achievement or whatever.
Yeah.
And calling out the Grammys, calling out the Academy or whatever.
I can see sunshine coming through the glass.
Yeah. So he was he made that speech to call out the Grammys or whatever. But then your boy.
What's up? What's up?
Sunshine in the building.
You know Sunshine in the building. We was waiting on you. We already told him. We was, you know what I'm saying, they was missing you.
Don't fuck on there.
Oh, you stepped on my foot.
Don't fuck on there.
See, you got the whole thing. Let's see what we had to do.
It's all right, though. It's all right.
It worked.
Hey, my black people.
Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah, Denzel. Would you did you have that in your topics to talk about who did you just mention? Javante Davis.
Tank. Yep.
Did you see what he just did overnight?
Baby Daddy Tank. The singer Tank.
Nah.
Oh, I was about to say, wait a minute now.
That's what he do. Nah, he ain't in the highlights. Nah, I'm talking about the little boxer, the young boxer.
No, what did he do?
He snatched his girl up last night.
His baby mama.
Okay, so we was just gonna give him a dumbass and we didn't want to step on your toes. So since you didn't touch that, we'll touch on that at the end because we definitely gotta talk about that. And then I'll let you watch the video while we over there.
That's
So
what
you
they,
see.
Oh,
that's what
wow.
they be talking about, niggas, man. They be, they be talking about little niggas. You feel me? This nigga got a Napoleon complex, man. He make it look bad for niggas, little niggas like me. You feel me? I don't got no control anger.
You sure? Cause you sure?
Oh shit! I ain't. What I'm gonna do anyway? He got muscles and shit. He a boxer. And shit.
All right. Well, y'all already know what it is. Now that Sunshine in the building, you know what it is. It's the Clubhouse Live, the loudest podcast on the planet where we do shit, we on the planet. You know I got the fam in the building. It's Dave's new hottest host. You got AR, Denzel, Sunshine, and we the Clubhouse Live. We're going to get into these topics. Denzel, what's up with that music?
Well, in terms of the music, I Oh, the charts.
You know what? See,
Okay.
He forgot about his.
Really?
We didn't
We
plan
on that
that.
today?
Well,
what had happened
I
was.
was no, actually.
What had happened was.
I'm trying to figure out what's happening right now. Anyway, we didn't really have no shift in the. We didn't really have too many shifts in the overall charts.
We had some good albums drop.
We had some well,
What? Well, with that, you know, that Wayne.
The albums that just dropped, they not present on the actual charts right now. So we gotta wait till probably next week or the following week to get
Yeah, reading on where they gonna place.
Yeah.
But
We was talking about that funeral before the show. I'm kind of, you feel me? I'm not in the middle, but I am aware enough to understand statements on both sides, opinions on both sides. People, what did we say? Cause Wayne really inspired what music is now.
The melodic side of it.
They tried to reject it when he was doing it, and when it became so normal that they was used to it, then they missed the old Wayne.
But see, that's where I get mad at.
It's a weird CD. It's a weird CD. He gave the 8 minutes to Kobe, and then he gave the 24 minutes.
Songs, the 24 songs.
Right.
It got a statement to it. But in my eyes, I'm looking at it like this. When you got a wider fan base than just your typical hip-hop fan or rap fan base, he has to make songs that on his album that's going to touch all his fan bases. He has outgrew just the small community of rap and the major community of hip-hop. He is a worldwide artist.
But see,
so
look,
wait, let me complete the thought.
All right, go ahead.
Because I'm hearing that when he was doing all the auto-tune, melodic stuff, people was complaining, saying, okay, we don't want that. We want Wayne from Carter 3. We want rap Wayne. We want him to really rap. So you get an album where he is on these beats, in my opinion, destroying these beats. He destroying beats on there. That's all he doing. He rapping the whole song away. Anybody get on there can't even really do nothing with him on the rap side. So people complaining now, like, oh, that's he was rapping good. I seen one comment say he was rapping good, but that just wasn't it. I'm like, well, what the hell you want? Just say you over your fandom for Lil Wayne, and you got a new wave of music that you interested in, and that just didn't fit.
He just doing Wayne. He, to me, how you said, it's a whole different Wayne. Like Erykah Badu got a hold of him.
Mm-hmm.
That type of Wayne. Like his mind is just on a whole nother level. He's doing again what we talked about when I first started with y'all. He's doing what he feels is what he wants to do. It ain't, sometimes it's not about what everybody else thinks, but you gotta go where your heart is. Period. Yeah. So what the normal community might not like, the other community might like. So I mean, he's just across every genre.
Yeah, because
so y'all have to look at it like that.
When you look at his concerts,
I think that he tried to give everybody a little piece of what they was looking for.
Exactly.
And it just didn't go over with everybody. And that's just, you feel me? You're gonna have to take that. You feel me? Everybody's not gonna, even though he's probably one of the biggest crossover fans of the millennium, for real, in terms of having a diverse fan base all over the world and shit. You can't get everybody all the time.
My thing is, he ain't gonna be able to get everybody on the simple fact of, in my eyes, is because there's too many of them out there like him. His craft that he created is being done by all the little pumps, all the littles. All the littles is doing Lil Wayne with the dreads and all the colors and everything. So when you see him doing it, it's nothing spectacular about it anymore.
And it's not that he's being outdone.
Right.
It's that what he started doing and what he's doing
oversaturated.
Now. No, it's not even that it's oversaturated. It's that they have evolved that into something that he's not doing at all.
Right. So it make his sound old, like dated.
Like it's dated. Yeah, pretty much. It's Wayne picked up where he left out a couple years ago, and all this shit has happened in between. And shit, all those little motherfuckers that you was talking about.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna have to wait. For my opinion, I'm gonna wait till like Rap Radar and all them start stating their opinion, because I seen a lot of like rap artists that really be on that rapping still, who want to hear all the schemes and metaphors and shit. They all into the album, but I think people who just want to enjoy music or it's not just too sold on the album.
And for real, at the end of the day, that ain't gonna tell the whole story, because it's a lot of hip hop heads, you feel me, that listen and they grew up in that era of hip hop and all that shit, but are they the people that's really streaming? Are they the people that's really making these viral videos with these songs and all that? Not really. So really, you gonna see the longevity of this album in how it pops on social media, how young people take to it in the long run.
Okay.
Because it ain't really about reviews and shit no more. The reviews is online. The reviews is in the videos and the shares and the.
I'm gonna disagree because I watch a lot of those. I'm gonna disagree because I watch a lot of people listen to what other people say, no matter if it's a radio station, a podcast, a YouTuber. When people get on there and say certain shit about albums, I didn't watch so many people even begin to change their opinions on shit just by listening to YouTube all the time. Even me, I done listened to YouTube and looked at something like, nah, I don't really care for that. And the person that got on there like, nah, but look at it at this angle and this angle, this, and I go back and look like.
But sometimes you have to listen to it for yourself. You can't be around everybody else, because sometimes being around everybody else and listening to something might change your opinion. The first time I listen to something, like I said, I listen to Wayne in my truck. It's different. So I got to keep listening to it again. The first 15 seconds that the beat don't catch me, I'm going to skip it over.
So you like beat?
So I love beats. That's what get me going. But
that's hip hop.
Right. So, but me trying to actually listen to it's different to me. Like I said, I'm used to the Hot Boy Wayne or the Carter 3 Wayne. But so for me to listen to this, so now I got to change my mindset. With
you didn't hear
Carter
Wayne 3 on that? You didn't hear? I heard Carter 3 all the Line It Up, Line 'Em Up, Mahogany. All the songs that I played, that I put on my playlist was songs that reminded me of him on Fireman and what was that? Where he could just go. I like to hear Wayne go and don't stop. I don't know what everybody wants from Wayne. I know for me, I like to hear when he just don't take a breath. He light that lighter on that motherfucker.
Okay.
And he just make one word and just learn everything about that word from all the way down to the origin and be able to break that down. And I don't know, maybe that's just the education part where people who go to school want to hear that type of shit. And I don't think everybody want to hear that, but I'd be like, well, damn, I would have never thought about that synonym and
True.
like.
It goes back to that conversation that we was having before about hip hop. How big is lyricism in hip hop for real?
Are there still any real lyrics?
Right now, like.
I think it's two sides of it. I think artists that really still touch their pen, and I think artists that want to just make music are allowed to make music now. I don't think it's really. I think it used to be a stain on people's career when they didn't try to be lyrical. But I think now there are available slots in the games where you don't have to be that guy no more. You can be a pit bull. You can be a little B, bake the bass guy, and still get a fan base. You don't have to be a comic.
He write all his lyrics, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you get what I'm saying though. Like you act like it's in the spot.
I ain't about to get cursed. I want to be successful. Shout out to Lil B.
Man, hold on. Where you say that?
Look, man, this bass guy cursed for real, nigga.
Well, I didn't try to get.
He make all the sports teams lose.
Here we go.
Everything, man.
What had happened was
Drake and everybody. Don't nobody want to be with the bass guy, man. For real. Shout out to Lil B. I want to be successful.
He looks slow.
You know what?
Hey.
Oh, here we go.
Apologize.
Wait a minute, y'all see.
Oh, hey, now, last week, you told me not to shout out me to fuck Little B. Excuse my language.
Hey, it is what it is.
That was Anthony Reynolds. That was not Denzel, man.
Yeah, I ain't
See
doing
how
no
we
more
go.
crayons.
Nah, but it's not about it's about in the woke era, in the era of energy and toxicity and all of this shit. It's everything is about vibes. Everything is about vibrations. Everything is about the energy and how you feel and the wave of the shit. It's the God. It's the.
So we back as hippies.
It's the '60s again.
So we hippies?
Yeah, on some real shit. For real, motherfuckers is feeling that
He
way.
in his own world.
And
We
when,
ain't denied that.
when you hear that shit, like you said, it take you back to when you heard Fireman Wayne or
Yeah.
Carter 3 or you feel me? That's that vibration. We gonna feel that shit because we was feeling it at the time when it was current. You feel me? When it was
Exactly.
present. These young motherfuckers, you feel me? That's giving their reviews and shit or whatever. It's a difference in opinion, but we can't expect them to feel some shit that they wasn't even around for when it
Exactly.
when it was the wave. You feel me?
You know what? I don't want to be that person. I don't try to push it on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I think we get
snap
passionate in the conversation. We get passionate in the
Generation.
conversations and
Generation.
stuff, but like, this ain't the generation that you won't even try to push nothing on because they'll make you mad. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
Because when they don't care, what they don't care about, they gonna let you know they don't care about, and really don't give a fuck about you talking to them about it.
Not at all.
Yeah,
They
so-
don't want to listen to nothing nobody say. What they say is right.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
all.
so-
We owe them something. We don't owe y'all nothing.
Yeah, man.
I
You know,
ain't giving you shit anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
real talk. That's what it is. We don't owe them anything.
We don't. And at the end of the, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, in these conversations, it's good to have more than just your outlook on something because you can learn something. I hate a person that don't feel like they can learn shit from somebody else. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, because you never know where somebody's perspective may take,
True.
you know what I'm saying, the conversation. And that'd be the crazy part.
Motherfucker walking around with a face mask in this motherfucker.
He black. He's safe.
Can he do that?
He's doing it.
Hold on, what?
He said it's cold
You
outside.
feel
He
me?
matching with the all
Hold on,
black.
but he got on flip-flops.
He got on all. How you gonna run in flip flops?
Well, he ain't trying
He
to
ain't-
do that.
he ain't trying to run. How about
We
that?
say we say y'all fall so
We
long.
safe.
Oh my goodness.
All right, you done with that over there, cuz? So you done talking about the charts? Or you done care?
Oh yeah, what? No.
Here we go.
We was Nah, I had to remember we was talking about see, y'all fucking me up right now.
You had
But,
the old moment. You want us to come back to it?
Last week you brought up Diddy's speech about the Grammys and shit.
Correct.
You did you see Mace made a statement?
No, I did not see that.
Mace basically took Diddy calling out the Grammys to call Diddy out, saying that he
We're gonna pull it up.
would not sell him his royalties to his music. He offered him $2 million, even though Diddy bought him in the '90s for $20,000. So yeah, pretty much. Would that be 100 times? Yeah, 100 times. 100 times the amount that he originally
Wow.
paid for him. And they supposed to be boys or whatever, you feel me? They were supposed to be cool.
But-
Ace and Diddy, you feel me?
But hold on now. Now you know Diddy has the reputation
Yeah.
of being a bad. I mean, let's go back. Let's
Yeah.
go back to
No.
the '90s.
No, I don't even think nobody is in disagreement. We
Right,
we
but-
are.
but-
It's this long.
So
I would've
for
really
him,
said-
I understand that he probably does. I mean, he wants it. Who doesn't? Everybody now wants to be independent.
But
And I
at the
just think,
same
listen.
time, at the same time,
Hold on, let's just read it for us because I want to read exactly what May said, and I think we get a real good perspective of it. And it says, "Hey, he added Diddy, respect." He said, "I heard your Grammy speech about how you are now the artist, and about how you are now for the artist, and about how the artist must take back control. So I will be the first to take that initiative." He said, "Also, before we ask of other ethnic ethnicities to do us right, we should do us as black people better, especially for the creators. I heard you loud and clear when you said that you are now for the artists. And for my response is, if you want to see change, you have to make change today by starting with yourself. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely, has knowingly has continued purposely starve your artists and been extremely unfair to the very same artists that you helped that helped you obtain the Icon Award on the iconic Bad Boy label. So basically, he's not playing with Diddy.
Not at all.
And I like that he was able to add him, and no thanks, we don't want the ad. See, this is what I don't like. This is crazy.
Is it a touchscreen?
No, it's not.
You got the touch.
I got you. Let's go. But listen, so then he hit him with, he said, for example, you still got my publishing from 24 years ago, in which you gave me $20K for, which makes me never want to work with you as any artist wouldn't after you know someone is robbing you and tarnishing your name when you don't want to comply with his horrendous business model. So basically, he basically sold him. Yeah, we have it. Hold on, wait.
No, did he own the shit outright? For real.
But listen, he owned it outright, but like he's saying, I sold you gave me $20,000 for all my publishing. I didn't know no better. You basically
$20,000. That ain't.
Yeah.
What's that?
And he said,
That's half a penny.
How many years ago he said that though?
24
years ago.
Yeah.
How much money did it make? Not to mention how many verses Mace wrote for Diddy.
Yeah.
So he making all that money over the years. So he even come back and offer to give you $2 million for his shit back.
100 times.
And you tell your brother, or you know what I'm saying, your family member, your brother, your people, if you can't give me more than what that white man offered me,
Yeah, the European.
you can wait till you 50 years old and it will revert back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you said, that's the type of shit that runs black people away from doing business with black people, in my opinion.
All day.
It's always feeling like somebody black is gonna get over on you.
Yeah.
Can you
Cause
say
they
he
talk
was the
about that-
black
they talk
Jerry
about that
Heller
black
back in the
shit.
day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we
We
seen
talk-
it. We
we talk
seen
about
the
this shit
making the
like they got
bands.
little
He made all
food
them making the
shit.
bands just for him to end up in the band.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's how my. I don't even know exactly what y'all speaking on, but as far as P Diddy, I've always, you know what I'm saying, especially with the making of the bands, I always looked at him like, you know what I'm saying, it was always about his personal gratification or his personal, you know what I'm saying, moving forward, you know what I'm saying, promoting himself. It was never about putting nobody else on. Even when he had artists and things like that, when Bad Boy was at his height, who was at the forefront? Who was dancing in all the videos? Who was always the first person?
Man, hold on, bro. You can't come over here and sound like you was Death Row, though.
Right.
Nah,
Who was on the video? Chill out.
Come to
man.
Death
Chill
Row.
out,
Come to
man.
Death Row.
Yeah, he over here on the Death Row. Who was dancing in the video?
I'm just saying, man. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
P Diddy gonna always, you feel me, put himself in the forefront of the limelight and make sure that he looks the best and he's getting the most out of every, you know what I'm saying, situation.
You already know. So, I guess that's you done with your music?
Yeah. That's
You good?
Yeah.
You sure, cuz?
I'm about to take a nap, man.
Can I say something? Listen, when I woke him up. All right, so y'all know what it is. We're going to get into a couple tracks, and the next we coming right back in with this real ninja news. You already know Sunshine got all the
Well, y'all just don't know. We're going to talk
What
about
he
my
bought?
baby daddy Method Man.
Who else we talking? What? Method Man? What did he do?
Knows what he's going to do.
What he
Trust
gonna
me,
do?
ladies.
Okay.
Trust
What else you
me.
got on your docket today?
Then we're going to talk about this pastor who allegedly stole $1 million from his church, and the money was supposed to go towards the food program. And when I tell you what he bought, y'all ain't going to believe this. Then I'm going to lay y'all out for tonight for the Super Bowl. I'm going to talk about who all done took it over for a week. And then we're going to look into some NFL, somebody having a baby, if y'all don't already know. But we're going to top all that here in just a little bit. So make sure y'all tune back into the clubhouse. You already know how we do the realest shit out here.
Let's get it. And we about to jump into you know I like my boy Lons, man, out there in Cali. He doing big things out there, man. This is falling in place. You already know. Let's go.
These will always fall in place. These will packing the bell, I hope you make it there. Post office been acting weird. Picture perfect pen, I swear I didn't need a caption there. Switching up the plug, cause my uncle started texting there. Some love, got on my feet like I didn't care. Close to the plug, close to my family, still no coldness. Chasing bags, Bloody Mary Center. Show you up, can I chill if I ain't got a way? Making plays, making calls like I'm a quarterback. It's falling nice.
Yeah, now you know.
I was saying it to my brother, like, it's like, everybody inspired
Picture perfect pen, I swear I didn't need a caption there. Switching up the plug, cause my own started texting there. Some passes out on my feet, like I didn't keep. Close to the plug, to my family, still no calls now.
What's going on, Melinda? Thanks for tuning in.
I really like that song though. I like his production abilities.
This one? Yeah, it's a vibe. This
But see, you can tell he had
professional
in Cali, you know what I'm saying? So
It's a vibe.
when you move, yeah, that's mine. When you get away, I think when you kind of, hey y'all, this is Clubhouse Live, the loudest podcast on the planet, where we do shit we on planet. I'm here with the family, know what it is. It's Dayton best host. They are Denzel Sunshine, we the Clubhouse Live. And that was just Lons and Connor fall in place. Shout out to Fat B, he ain't in the building today. He has some outside business, but you already know that's our house DJ. So listen, we about to get into, we're now about to get into this real ninja news. Real ninja news.
All right, ladies, so here it is, and gentlemen. You know, we've been watching Power, trying to find out who shot Ghost. We still don't know. I think it's like 2 episodes left. Nothing coming on tonight because of the Super Bowl. So there is a spinoff to Power coming out. Power Book 2 Ghost with Mary J. Blige and Method Man and my... I'm sorry, y'all. He get me a little hot on the inside. Method Man is going to be a lawyer on this production. So I can't wait. So the sequel is supposed to be set 48 hours after Ghost gets shot. And that's where it picks up from there. Okay. Also, Tommy been hinting. He been wearing on Instagram his hat that says Tommy Season 1. So Tommy going to have a spinoff too, it look like.
Okay.
That's my boy too. I don't care. That's the coolest white boy I know. So I'm looking forward to that. But just seeing Meth, Mary J. Blige.
Mary deserves it.
This is really about to go all the way above and beyond. This is about to be crazy. So Super Bowl week, you know, it started Monday. It's been hella. Everybody and their mama out there, the Chiefs, 49ers. I'm sorry, I'm going with the 49ers. I just want to see somebody else win. I like my Chiefs, but I'm going with the 49ers. But let's see who all been out there taking over this week. Lizzo, you already know. She did a live show in Miami on Thursday on XM. You got Megan Thee Stallion, you got Migos, DJ Khaled, The Baby. Everybody's out there. Everybody. So Super Bowl Sunday today for the halftime show. I ain't too happy with this. I just want to see where it's gonna go. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
I think it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be lit. They're gonna be half naked. So let's see what they say.
It's gonna be visually lit.
But I think they're bringing out a lot of people. I can see them.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people down there in Miami that's showing out that you didn't name. Like
Pitbull,
Cardi is down there.
Yeah.
Nicki is down there.
Yes.
And they out there showing out. So I don't know if J-Lo gonna bring out Cardi because of her relationship.
Yeah. Cardi might get on the pole. I forgot because of Hustlers, the movie Hustlers.
Yeah.
Lizzo might get out there. You know, she might be half naked tonight too. Who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows?
She definitely gonna be
now the Grammy winners. Y'all know what's her name, Billie Eilish or whatever. Yeah. She took home the most Grammys. But let's get into our people.
18 years old.
Lizzo got the best pop solo performance. The best R&B album was Anderson .Paak. The best R&B song was "Say So" by PJ Morton and featuring JoJo. That's my jam. If you ain't heard it, check it out. Best rap performance, Racks in the Middle with Nipsey Hussle featuring Roddy Ricch. Salute.
You already know.
The best rap song was my boy 21 Savage featuring J. Cole. 21. And then the best rap album, I don't care what y'all say, my boy is hot. He different. He weird. But I don't care. That song he got with Charlie Wilson and with Boyz II Men he performed. Best rap album, Tyler the Creator, Igor.
All right, so
lit.
you know it was a lot of controversy.
It still is.
Even around his, I mean, even with his statement that he even said, like, he disagreed, he appreciated an award, but he took it as a backhand salute because he like, hey, I didn't make this album to be put into the rap category. I wanted it to be pop. I was a pop.
He was doing it different.
And so they actually, you know what I'm saying? So I respected that from him because I like him as a creator. And I do believe this album was to get him out of that box. So he deserved to get Album of the Year nominated. You know what I'm saying? Don't push him in a box. And if he wasn't trying to do that, because you could have gave that award to another rap album.
Right, but you know, like they said, it's been a controversy from that Friday right before the Grammys with the CEO. So now it's kind of putting a light on different things. And now we're seeing it more and more and more. But it had to take this long for the CEO to finally step up. And she risking everything, her name and everything else to say how bad it is and what's going on now.
Yes, the only thing is they try to discredit her because they feel like she wasn't saying nothing until she was herself at target of some type of sort. And which that happens in a lot of businesses.
And that may be true. That may be true, but they got 360 some days.
Who gave them that?
Diddy. That was about a week ago.
He did.
So they got 300 some days
now.
And that's real shit though. But like, you know, the most important message I think even started last year with people like Drake and them saying, stop basing your success off these awards because they more politics. Nicki told y'all last year that man held her down. She should have been had awards for Grammys with some of them crossover songs. If you didn't like her, she deserved a Grammy.
She did.
Pac deserved a Grammy. Biggie deserved a Grammy. The greats who deserve the Grammys don't have Grammys because of who is in control. Because like I learned, just like how our votes go in the world, after they nominate you, them ain't the people who actually vote for you.
Right.
It's some old group of people that don't even listen to your type of music.
So
it's about relationships. So that's what she's saying. Got to be true because it's like if I don't know nothing about black hair, how I'm gonna really vote on black hair?
Exactly. You got to be tapped into that culture in order to make informed decisions on that culture.
All day.
Exactly.
So let's talk about this pastor real quick. So
I remember you said yes.
Bishop Clarence Smith Jr., who led the New Life Impact Church in Chicago, has been accused of stealing $1 million from a food program for the children in need. So this man, this 45-year-old pastor, was reportedly chosen as a sponsor to feed the children in different locations within the community. So New Life Impact Church was given more than $900,000 by the city and the state. So this fool decided he received 2 lump sums in the amount. So he put it in a church bank account. He eventually withdrew from the ATM and wrote checks off of it. So after receiving the second check from the state, Smith bought himself a 2015 Bentley Flying Spur luxury sedan that cost around $142,000 using a cashier's check.
Yeah, nobody was gonna notice.
So when the State Board of Illinois found out what was going on, they probed him regarding the children. Smith claimed the records were damaged in the flood and cannot be retrieved anymore. But check this out. Smith has a long history of committing fraud to a number of food companies. So y'all didn't run a background check on this man. But again, he's a pastor. Everybody got a pass if he was reformed. But that money got the itching. He wanted to live that pastor's lifestyle like some of these crooked pastors are doing. And in a separate case, he was found guilty of separate forging signatures to steal $100,000 from an elderly man's estate.
So you know what, man? This is the reason why I do not put all my faith in the men that stand up at them pulpits, because them is men and they humans, and we are invested. You know what I just looked at also? I just watched where I think I showed you that article where they were saying like these Turkish churches, not Turkish church, it was some foreign country churches, whatever, was basically taking the tithes and it was building homeless
Yeah.
homes
Yeah.
for the homeless.
I think I
And I had
was
it
like
just
South
made me
America.
question some of our churches. I'm like, man, when you go around neighborhoods, it's a church on every corner, and half of them don't do nothing for the community.
But they always want something for the building fund and everything else. We gotta look outside. I know a lot of churches that do stuff in the community,
Yeah.
but then I know I don't. I know a church that I went to before, and the pastor was too busy on his gold tooth. Then he was too busy bragging about how he been to the Lakers game and how he go to California and he kick it with. But what that got to do with what's
And
going
we
on in
damn
your
glad.
church?
Man,
but you
I'm
got
a-
air conditioning in your office, but you don't have air conditioning in your congregation.
Yeah, my mom, we went to Omega. Shout out to Omega for what they doing now
All day.
with the community. They do a lot. But I remember my mom was so upset because she got a letter in the mail from Omega saying that she owed money for her tithes and all that she had missed. It was like for her Nehemiah initiative, something she had said, you know, whatever. And I'm like, it's certain things like that you don't want to do. You don't know what a person going through, so you don't send a letter like that home. Even though you like when you made a commitment, it's like you as a church you shouldn't send
Exactly.
that. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things.
Exactly.
But you know what I'm saying? Some churches, like we said, I ain't gonna put that on all because there's some that do help a lot of the
Exactly.
community, you know. And we need to just quit letting them just get away with just giving free funerals. Enough of that. Like, quit waiting on us to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Start building community centers. When they was getting ready to tear down Westwood, I believe people in them communities and churches could have came together and was like, no, we need that center.
We do.
You know how many that's keeping some of these boys out of
Yeah.
the street? They tore all the centers down. You know, this is a black experience conversation, but we're gonna talk about it now. They tore all our centers down and then got and started arresting us. Just like how they let us go off the plantations, but then they give us nowhere to go and then start getting us for loitering and shit. So they did that to our kids again. They took everything away from us that we had, the little shit that we had to go to and stay off the streets and maybe not become the next addict
All
or
the
something.
neighborhood.
They took away from us and then started arresting the kids like, oh, y'all, Lord, y'all standing on the street. Why y'all sitting on that abandoned house? Why y'all doing it on this porch? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but where they supposed to go? They want you to go in the house. They don't want you outside. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these churches, man, got to step up.
Right.
And we got to make sure we vetting
Pastors
the leaders.
like that.
Trust me, I'm gonna follow up on this because I want to
That
see
guy is
exactly
particularly
what's gonna
heinous.
happen because for him to take from the kids,
Yeah, that's horrible.
that's terrible. But on a good note, and last but not least, congratulations to Russell and Sierra on baby number 3. Hey, she finally showed her little baby bump.
So
And this
all that
picture
time
they
she was
on
twerking with
vacation,
Megan, she was pregnant.
she was pregnant.
Damn.
So, y'all, and that's the real ninja news. Y'all already know. Trust me. Wait till next week. Wait till y'all see what I can't even give no spoiler alerts, but it's gonna be really something to talk about. Trust and best to
Best
believe.
believe that.
Hey y'all know what that is, man. That's Sunshine. That's the real ninja news. So make sure y'all tune into and anything that she talked about. If y'all got any questions or y'all want to reiterate, y'all want to ask questions about what she talked about, y'all can just hit us up at the club at clubhousequestions@gmail.com, and we can possibly, you know, answer that for you on the site. And
All
before
day.
we get into this black experience, we need to get into one more track for the day, and that's gonna be by my boy Nikki Baby. Neat, let's go.
No lie, nigga, ask Coach. As I'm dropping this shit, I'm rolling up the wood right now. And I'm really be taking these niggas to church. I mean, I'm really preaching this shit. Fuck these niggas, chop. Ooh,
You know we've been doing somebody forever. It'd be like,
it's
hard.
Ooh,
you know people call me
shit
Andrew?
move, you hear me?
I'm gonna take my name as AR.
Y'all niggas been move. Free dope.
AR.
Man, I'm rolling the wood as I speak. And they banging my song, yelling preach. Just be no respect when we speak. Just so we with a check when we meet. Packing the trip, packing heat. Trying to run up my nigga peace. When you run up that chick stacking neat. When you run up that chick stacking neat. Man, shit I be rapping be straight from the spirit. I hit the light like a chemist and take a few chances. This shit just another day spirit. When I feel like I got the world on my shoulders, I don't think I carry. I start because these niggas is bogus. I can't let them go in my area. I know that I ain't no few money. I came out the dungeon. I'm getting new hundreds and stacking them straight. One was the money, so a little bit of money. They all my shit with yellow tape. I got the cartridge. I pull out the stomach. They perfectly spoke out as quick as a blade. I remain real with them, my niggas. I remain real with them, my niggas. I would have some niggas that would have to the corner store. They gave me my last and it's straight from the house. They never come over. They tell me I be preaching, that's just how it sounds. If my own nigga get heat around. I'm claustrophobic, can't have niggas round. I lost my heart and I still haven't found. I roll in the wood as I speak. And they banging my songs to the preach. Just give me no respect when we speak. Just say we will check when we need. I'm packing the trip, packing heat.
Let's go celebrate the whole show. Let's still watch the Super Bowl.
Black people.
I'm gonna tell you, I ain't doing nothing like that.
When we speak, just say we will check when we need. I'm packing the trip, packing heat. I'm trying to rack up 100 a piece. When you run up that check, stacking neat. When you run up that check, stacking neat.
I got a bag of my jeans. Yeah, when I time, my brother's out there on the crib. How you do it? How you do it?
I know.
Or he gonna teach you.
We all. You can't look like my aunt and they be swag.
Oh,
My daughters and they be swag. Just go ahead and do the old.
Y'all do what you gotta. Bring that back.
Cuz used to have me come to the parties up there and you did. He come right through the crowd. He swag, you know, there.
Yeah, we used to just be lit.
I used to think I could dance until like my kids like, nah, you ain't got it.
I know I ain't got it. I be doing it.
I was doing this before you was born. We was twerking. It was just something else. We just all danced together and we slow dance. Y'all don't even know about slow dance.
Right, it was called dancing. What my mama said it was called. My mama said it was called doing the dog. She said, motherfucker,
My daddy got in trouble on that song. My daddy got in trouble.
Alrighty, then you already know what it is, and we back. It's Clubhouse Loud podcast on the planet. We do shit, we on planet. It's your boy AR, and I'm about to drop this motherfucking black experience news off on you. The first thing I'm gonna get back into is Deandre Arnold. Y'all remember that from last week, right? The guy that was they tried to expel for his dreadlocks. Well, guess what? Stupid. You stupid school. You spreaded the light on the young man, and he get to keep his dreadlocks. He got $20,000 from Alicia Keys. He going to the Oscars. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna be sponsored by the Hair Love team. And it's just like, it's just amazing how these situations are starting to backfire. I'm so happy that it's backfire. Now he can say, fuck your diploma, send it in the mail, I'm gonna buy me a new car. Or, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they know what they was doing was wrong. They knew it was bull crap. The principal got out there and want to talk about, well, if we let him keep his hair, then none of the other 300 students have to follow rules. Like, shut up.
About their hair.
Shut up. Why you keep worried about black hair?
It's a way to hold us back. It's not what they want.
Exactly.
You know, because that got into my, you know, that's why I just had to block some people on social media today. You know what I'm saying? I ain't giving no respect to no names, because when you have conversations with people who don't want to talk and be able to not be biased in these conversations is hard, because these are the conversations that I'm having, and they arguing that all black people are racist and all this. I'm like, listen, man, quit putting this corn shit on the internet when we got these situations going on, and there's no time that a principal is telling no white girl she can't come to school because her fucking hair is mangy looking or mandy, you know what I'm saying, or nothing. We not doing none of that.
They dress is okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
We
what I'm saying.
apologize to our white viewers.
No, not the hair, not the regular hair. We talking about they try to grow dreads and stuff, but they try to do things that's not normal in our eyes. We don't bother them. I'm sick of seeing these stories. No, that's how they dreads look. Y'all never seen it?
We apologize.
Their dreads do not look like our dreads.
We dreadlocks.
See, but listen, no, my real thing is this.
You know what?
I've noticed all my life that when a white person walk in a room with black people, we continue to be us and do us. When you walk in a room full of white people, they all eyes on you. They want to know why you there, what you there for. It don't even mean that's necessary.
Because they scared.
But that's not right.
No, I don't think it's just necessarily scared. They just trying to see what it is.
Yeah, what is going on? Because somebody told them that you could possibly be something. And that's why I be saying about when we turn about these terminologies, I don't even want to get into terminologies because they ain't got nothing to do. Deandre Arnold, salute to you, bruh. Fuck what they talking about. Do not let this world try to make you conform to what they trying to tell you civilized human being is. That's just another code word that's saying that your blackness is too black for their comfort. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, trying to, because I don't want to, because I go so deep into the conversation.
Fix your dreadlocks. They look mangy.
Is that a PSA?
Yeah.
Is that a PSA?
Shit, that's what I got, brother.
No, listen, they do. You don't need dreadlocks. It's a cultural thing. If you gotta go put in all this shit to make your hair lock up because it's not supposed to look like that.
And the thing is, we are trendsetters.
You get what I'm saying?
No, let's talk about we're trendsetters.
Yeah.
Remember before the big butts on black? Oh, that's ugly. Now
That's
all
it.
these white
Like,
girls,
everybody doing squats. Nobody want to be skinny.
No, not just squats.
They
They
want
want
it
to
bad.
pay for it and everything else. So now we trying to be natural. Now they want to be natural. Y'all got y'all. Not
You know what I'm
saying
saying? Like,
it irritates me sometimes because we can't have our own. They feel like they always that they
should be a
we're
part
gonna do
of
a
it.
little bit better, bigger.
That's why Lonnie
Or-
Johnson
No.
just got his money this year. Cause for
But
real,
hold on, wait. I ain't even got into that story yet.
See?
Yes, you did. You already did. Yes,
I
you
didn't
did.
do a check. Cuz want to do my episode.
You already did.
No, we talked about it.
We gonna
No,
play it
listen.
back.
We gonna. No, I didn't talk about Lonnie yet. Because we definitely, that's important. We talked about it early, me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not on
Alright.
work with it.
Let's go.
Work with us. Damn.
Alright, that's part of the black spirit.
That is
Don't-
tight. That's
don't
the
let
chemistry
them
that I
white
love
folks
about this
control
show. It's because we don't care. But listen, he also went on Ellen. And I appreciate these gestures, but I hate that it's always about black pain or black negativity that draws us to these platforms. Why did nobody go look for these black students like this just for grades, just for achievements in life? Because they want to pull up shit, which is good because we need people to see the situations. But don't we get tired of being in the limelight because of something like this? Like, oh,
But it's not always like that.
I'm just saying,
Half
like-
the time they don't want to publish about like the women down south. All them women are judges. All
Yeah.
the ones, you know what I'm saying?
But why not? Why
Knowledge
we
is
have
power.
them on Ellen
Because
as a
if we-
group? Why they ain't on there?
You're true.
Because we don't control the media. They want to keep stories like that in the dark because it shares a positive.
That's why
But you
we-
see what I'm saying? Like, but you see what I'm saying? Ellen, you can reach out because just like your publishers and everything, your writer's room and everything, they see this stuff. So start
right.
making them look into these stories so that way these teachers that ain't on the high skill level, when they see these black kids with these dreads, they also see them as black judges. They also see them as,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, prosecutors and
Who
stuff.
you are does not
Lawyers.
define your hair.
You get what I'm saying? Because if
Nah.
they act like they don't see that inside of
So
professional
if we
settings.
cut our hair off, are we serial killers?
That ain't even it. The thing is that motherfuckers like Ellen, everybody on TV, they working off of ratings. Them executives is making moves off of ratings.
You're right.
And when you
It's all
look at
politics.
it,
That's what it is all
the
day.
great majority of America is middle-aged white people who we have seen throughout recent history and can correlate with recent events that the majority of racists and supremacists and terrorists within the United States are middle-aged white people. So we can pretty much put together from all of that the main consumers of television and film and what have you, the media overall, are racist. So you're gonna get overpowered by a racist mentality, a racist media structure, because that's where the ratings go. They're gonna follow the ratings, and the ratings come from the majority of the people. The majority of people are racist, so we're gonna get a racist idea from the media, always.
Okay, and that's true. And you know what I'm saying? That's going to swing right into my next high school student that's also been expelled. Because now, as usual, what happens when they go up to your car, they ain't got nothing else for you to get you for a ticket, they all of a sudden smell marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Black student, straight A student, and AB student, no problems, no prior history. Mother is a nurse, or I think like
She's the nurse.
I thought she was even some head of like executive nurse or like head nurse or something like that.
They said she was just a registered
She's a
nurse.
registered nurse.
Yes.
Okay, that's enough. Black woman caring for people who don't even like her and love her. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this mom comes up to the school because her child is going to be suspended. So we're going to read it. Former Northmont student Jordan Evans said he was wrongfully accused of smelling like marijuana in his first period class last Wednesday. I feel like my principal and teacher could have handled it better. Basically, they could have asked any other students. Remember that statement. They could have asked any other students. They could have smelled others, but they picked me.
Wow.
Okay, that's said by Evans. The suspension notice mentioned several members of the staff smelling him. He then said he was searched. The principal made me take everything out of my pockets and made me take my shoes off as well as pull up my sweatpants, and she didn't find anything at all. I didn't have anything at all, said Evans. And if you notice, she said he never said anything about them saying he still smelled like weed as they searched him.
Correct.
His mother, Katina Contrell, a registered nurse, was called to the school where she tried to prove her son's innocence. I took a drug test to the school, stated by Katina. I took a drug test up to the school, and I tested my son in front of the school and the principal. They saw the results. They came back negative. She then took her son to urgent care to have another test done, probably blood test, the same day with the same negative results. According to Northmont's Code of Conduct, marijuana on breath or person is a violation that carries 10-day suspension and recommended expulsion. Contrell said that she worried her son was being racially discriminated against, and her concerns comes as the district has taken a closer look at the relationships between white teachers and black students. So we're gonna stop that right there. I don't even need to read no more. Northmont, fuck you, and that's why Tribal beat y'all ass the other day.
Beat the fuck out of you.
You know why? At the end of the day, these are the reasons why we have to be involved as parents. I love that mother. His daddy should have been there too. Don't know why he wasn't there, if it was a bad situation or whatever going on, but sometimes you need that male there too, because at the end of the day, they just ran over her because ain't no reason why she was able to prove in front of them that her son didn't have weed in his system. So why would he smell like weed? Now you saying he a drug dealer. Because if he ain't smoking it, it ain't in his system.
Correct.
The only thing you can assume is that he's a drug dealer. And for him to go from an A and B student, be exposed, all his grades drop to F's, you leaving him to fend and you don't even have proof. And that's another big issue in America.
Correct.
Talks about bail reform, talk about all that. It starts right here in our high schools when they start to treat us as young black men and young black women as adults. And that's exactly what they did to him. They didn't give him a choice. They assumed something. He said they didn't check anybody else. They can't say it ain't about race. If you ain't gonna check nobody else, you don't got no facts.
Exactly, in that predominantly white school.
Yeah, and then you do find out that I don't even have drugs in my system. So just like the police force, just like these judicial systems and shit, when they make a mistake, and instead of taking that mistake as fate and seeing it as face value and just facing it, what do? They'd rather keep you in prison than to find that you're innocent and have to tell the world that they made that mistake. This school is rather sticking together in whatever district. If they don't let that boy back in there, that's how I'm gonna look at it, as like a police force. Hey, I know my partner beat the shit out of him, but we got a wall of blue, a code of silence. We got to stick together, because if we do this for him, it's gonna open up a can of worms for a lot of other situations that may have similarities.
But they did. Northmont school system did send a letter out.
Mm-hmm.
About the black student.
The black
teacher.
Right. Well, like, what can we do to better help these black students? What do you mean? What can you do to better? I've never received a letter from a school district that actually asked, what can we do better
to teach your black student?
Right.
What you trying to say? They slow? Or
I don't know what they're trying to say, but I'm trying to understand why are you asking these parents?
I wish my son went to Northmont schools, because I would write them a motherfucking big stupid ass. Well, first of all, I write a whole Black History lesson plan for these motherfuckers.
But you know what? I'm glad you said that approach, because that's when my boy put that with my boy Christopher Landrum. He put that up. He put that up about that letter, and he went to Northmont. He said it changed, which I didn't take offense to what the teacher sent out. I thought it was just her. Now it seemed like it's a whole.
It went to
city.
It went to every.
See, I thought it was this teacher. Trying to help her students, because I'm like, damn, I respect that. Like, what is it that I need to be teaching your kid that you want to teach? That's what I took out of that first. But then when I realized it was a whole school day, it was like,
it's
you know what the
fuck
to teach these kids. You know what they need to know. For one, stop starting our history off as slavery. We didn't just wake up one day and was just a fucking slave, and then and we overcame just that. We came way past that. Teach our kids about their true heritage, how they, what happened. Like, teach us how to be owners and not workers. Teach them about credit.
Egypt is in Africa.
Yeah.
Teach them shit like that. Like
Teach them how to not be workers.
And then don't be scared to talk about Black history.
Yeah.
Just because it's Black History Month,
Quit
that's when
making
they
it
feel
one
like
month.
it's
Yeah,
just,
they scared 'cause
oh,
they
the
suppress
whole,
that shit
what, we get an
for
extra
so
day
long,
this year,
you feel me?
29? So make it more than that. I mean, it's leap year,
yeah.
but make it more than that. Don't just
Yes.
base it on that. Let me know about everything I want to know. I didn't know till older about who did what. I went to Kettering Fairmont High School. Real story.
I feel like these schools need, the public schools
It's bad.
need to start having more programs, have lawyer programs, have law
Apprenticeships.
programs, apprenticeships, and
Exactly.
shit.
Yes.
Have nursing
Not
programs,
just trades.
doctors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Quit trying to make us go to barber school, beautician school, cosmetology and stuff like
Exactly.
that. Put us in programs early that can interest us early in high school, and quit trying to make us figure it out later on. Quit giving our students books. You want to do some shit?
Right.
Quit giving them 12th grade books. I mean, we're giving them 8th grade books in the 12th grade, and then out there in Centerville, these kids got that same book when they in the fucking 3rd grade, and then you wanted to talk about, well, y'all got the same opportunities. No, the heck we don't.
No, we do not.
You go to college and you look crazy, what are you gonna do? You're gonna drop out. You go to college and you don't know certain shit. You didn't went to high school and could have been the valedictorian of fucking Dunbar High School, and you really reading on a 7th grade level.
I know somebody who went to Dayton Public, went to college. They struggled. Their first quarter said, I didn't know none of this. We didn't learn none of this. Nothing through his whole school year. He said they were more worried about passing the standardized test that is not for
No
us.
child left behind.
Right.
Ain't no-
So they was just passing them, whether you could read or not.
Yeah, so they
Period.
get
If my
funded
child
by
is
the
not,
government.
and the thing is, half these parents, the school is not the tutors, the parents or nothing. You got, when your kids come out, we used to have to sit down as soon as we got home, did our homework, did everything we were supposed to do before we did anything else.
Exactly. Okay, right on time. But you know what? So the moral of that story for me is pay attention, parents. Just because you send your student off to these facilities, make sure y'all are knowing the teachers, not just the teachers that your your kids go to, but the students the other teachers in them same subjects, because you might have to move your child. You might have to build, it takes more than just you sending your kid to school. Be more involved. Get them, they got apps and shit for y'all now that can stay up on your kids' grades and activities and stuff in school. Talk to the principals. Quit being afraid to have them conversations. Tell them, tell the school how your child needs to be taught, because you know your child best. Quit making people figure it out, because what they're going to do is just make their own assumptions, and they're going to treat your child accordingly to their assumptions and not to reality. So that's the moral of the story with these students. I'm glad Deandre Arnold was able to overcome that. I also hope that the Northmont student is able to get back in school, because if you're a good student, you deserve to be rewarded and, not shunned. And then my last story that I'm going to touch on is a winner. You know what I'm saying? This is Lonnie Johnson. He is the owner of over, I think, 120 patents. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. All right. Lonnie Jackson, owner. I keep saying Jackson. Jackson's had one of the best Super Bowl performances. Get that out of my head. Okay, I know that.
All right.
Okay. Lonnie Johnson, the Super Soaker creator, awarded $72.9 million motherfucking dollars.
Hey.
How old is Lonnie?
Big
Let me
money.
hold something up.
That better not be his wife down there. I'm saying.
Big money.
Now, I said the Atlanta-based company behind the Super Soaker water gun and Nerf toy guns have been awarded nearly $73 million in royalties from toy maker Hasbro, Inc., according to the law firms King & Spalding. Johnson Research and Develop Company and founder Johnson Research and Develop Company and founder Lonnie Johnson have been in a royal dispute with Hasbro since February, when the company filed a claim against the giant toy company. According to King & Spalding, which along with Leah Baker, PC law firm represented Johnson, Hasbro underpaid royalties for the Nerf line toys from 2007 to 2012, resulting in a reward of almost $80 million dollars.
72.9.
You know what I'm saying? Man,
They stole them like they stole everything else.
You know what I'm saying? We keep seeing this.
Yes.
And basically shout out to him for winning. And y'all gotta understand, this is just a highlight. Is basically to say, sometimes your win ain't gonna come overnight. Sometimes it's just gonna be times that you're gonna want to give up. It's gonna be times that you feel like you done failed, that it's just not gonna go in your favor. And a lot of times, those are the times that you being tested by whatever God that you represent, and He wants you to really fight through. And then you might end up with more money than you even expected to get.
Yes.
Right.
So, and not even just money, just more wisdom, more abundance, more peace,
Blessings.
whatever you asking for, blessings in life. Gotcha. And that's all I want to say about that. It's like, listen, it's always not about the battle. So everything, it might be a war. So you got to take stuff for what it is, face value. You got to keep on fighting through, pushing through, and just never give up. And also stand for something. You got to stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. And if you don't stand for something, that's why I like to stand. You know what I'm saying?
Stand up, y'all.
That's what we do.
Stand tall, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta stand up. We just stood up in this motherfucker. Because you gotta stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And that's a prime example of this man. He knew what he owned. He knew what he knew what he deserved. And he fought for it. And at the end of the day, whether they want to pay it to him or not,
they gotta pay that money.
They gotta pay that money. Hey, and our job as black men in this community is to continue to build, continue to learn, continue to be educated, and continue to try to leave legacies and fortune behind to our kids so that the next generation don't have to start from scratch. We keep on setting ourselves back only in that aspect, or even against the systems that's at hand that control everything. We got ways that we can help build our own foundations. And so it's your job as a man, with your wife, with your girl, make sure we building these foundations so our kids can have a better start. That's all we're, you know what it is. And that's the end of the Black Experience for this week. I hope y'all enjoyed my part of the episode. And this is the Clubhouse Live, the loudest podcast on the planet. Where we do shit, we on planet. And I stay in here with the fam. We got a special guest here, my boy Derek Van Zandt, touchdown. You already know what that is. You already know it's AR, Denzel, Sunshine. And we the Clubhouse Live. Y'all got anything else? Hey, can't forget our acronym. You remember it? No. This don't remember. We do this shit for real. We don't give a fuck how you feel. Clubhouse Live. Let's go.
Wait. Before we go, y'all. Super Bowl tonight. You know what I'm saying? Who y'all got?
Shit. Who you
I'm
got?
going with 49ers.
All right, 49ers.
I gotta say the 49ers, just to be real. I don't want them to win, but they gonna win.
The
Bengals.
The Boo Boo Bengals?
You know what?
Hey, I got KC, y'all. Shout out to my boy Pat Mahomes.
Man, hell nah. He said that Zimmerman was innocent, man. He can eat a
Oh, yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he's
I remember that.
Cancel. Pat Mahomes. He the bad light skin. He the opposite of Kaepernick. He the bad.
You know you the director. You always
Push save before when you end it. Push save.
Hey Willie, drop that beat. You know, we keep our circle tight.
With another one.
Keeps the bullshit light. Been through a lot of bullshit with a lot of niggas around this motherfucker, man. No love lost. Psych. Ain't going through this shit again. I ain't got no friends. Them niggas stabbed me in my back. I shoulda never let them in. No, ain't no getting that cool.